Good morning, and thank you so much for keeping it Citizen Television. It is Thursday. You know the drill by now. Each and every Thursday we get into the kitchen, and today we want to make things a little simple, but at least a bit interesting, especially considering the people that you are targeting this particular morning. It's all about kids. It's all about healthy food, healthy snacks, and I have the expert with me in studio, the very first to actually come up with a children's cookbook. I'm telling you, getting kids into the kitchen to be part and parcel of the making of the food and the making of the snacks. Usually a nice activity for the family to do over the weekends, over the holidays, but she's right here, so I'll not take it away from her. I'll give you a chance to tell us a bit about yourself. Her name is Chef Arva.
Yes.
Yes. Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got it.
I tried, yeah?
Yeah, well done.
Okay. Tell us a bit about yourself and what we are going to be doing today. I understand that yours is basically all about children.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about how that came about.
So first of all, thank you, Safina, for having me on this show today. It's been such a great honor to just be here. Just a little brief about myself. My name is Chef Arva. I'm a specialist baker in eggless pastries and desserts. And that journey started because of my two children. So I'm a mom of two who, the kids were born with allergies. And because in that era, you know, it was very hard to find gluten-free products or dairy-free products or nut-free products. Even if they were available, either they were too expensive or, you know, not per your taste, or something you're like, no, this doesn't taste so good. So that is what made me venture out of my comfort zone, and I just started to learn how to bake while I'm a mother. And I started making desserts and pastries, and then that turned into a fully fledged home business. From there, you know, the girls grew up and they started becoming fond of cooking. And that's now how the journey of the cookbook started.
All right.
And they wanted to bake, but what I realized is through my baking journey, I realized baking is very technical. And in order for you to bake, you need to know a lot of things. You need to know the basic steps of cooking. And this is how I derived these little recipes, which they actually prepared in the cookbook. And it was a step-by-step.
How to do it.
How to do it,
All right,
yeah.
So today we're going to be doing one of the specials in the cookbook. What are we going to be making here? Here what we do, you tell us what you're making, what you'll need, you show us, and then now we do it practically.
So because it's a basic cookbook, I'm trying to encourage a no fire, no heat policy first.
Okay.
And I always feel like...
actually, did you realize no fire?
Yes, yes, no fire, yeah.
Right.
It's one of the crew actually came and asked me, you're cooking. How are you cooking? What are you using? And it was so interesting because I was like, we can cook without fire.
Okay.
And I feel it is the best way to introduce children first. Let them get confident in the kitchen. Then we slowly introduce fire. Then we can slowly introduce the baking.
All right.
So that's my style of doing things. And I just want to change everyone's concept out there.
All right.
That, you know, let them learn how to do the basic recipes. And that's how we you know, start in the kitchen.
All right.
What I'm going to make today is one of a very unique recipe. I've never made this before. In fact, if my children are watching the show, they'll be like,
the first time.
Mommy, you didn't teach us this one. Yeah, so basic ingredients is something I forgot to also mention. I try, and because it's a Kenyan cookbook, Kenyan ingredients, everything available in your nearest supermarket. Things that are also available in your house. With cookbooks, I've noticed certain parents will be like, okay, now this ingredient I don't have, I have to go and buy. And that's where the laziness starts. That, wachana tu, tutapika baadaye.
And then
you know,
baadaye becomes
never. So let's make the recipe also very easy. So here today we have an avocado, simple. I think it's healthy. We're also encouraging kids to eat avocado in a fun way. I have a few ingredients that I'll need. I'll need a bit of milk. I'll need some nuts and sprinkles for decoration. I have vanilla essence, honey, cocoa powder, and a pinch of salt.
So there's going to be cocoa there?
Yeah.
Right.
So what we're making, it's called a chocolate avocado mousse. Yeah, which is very simple. Chocolate adds a bit of that, you know, love and fun to the kids' recipe, and easy to make. You will see. Yeah. Okay. So what I love to do is, of course, I like to always wash my hands.
Yeah. Before anything.
Before anything.
And it's good to teach kids that.
Yeah. Gloves is a good idea. But with kids cooking, I feel they're always very stressed out when it's using gloves. So best thing, wash your hands with clean water.
Plus when you're cooking at home, I mean, the gloves can be a bit cumbersome.
Yes, so we are wiping our hands, good hygiene. And yeah, I will now teach you how to cut an avocado, which is also mentioned. It's one of the tips that I've mentioned in my cookbook. And it's actually very easy. Usually, I tell the kids to start practicing with a plastic knife, just to give them that basic confidence. Then we can always move to a less sharper knife. Because Chef Arva is on board, I'm just going to go for it. Place the avocado,
Small knife.
A small knife, it does the job. So place the avocado and you're going to cut it now lengthwise. And it's so much fun. Imagine a kid just doing this, going round, you know. And my favorite part, you just do twist.
Oh,
ta-da!
To get it clean out of the
Sasa, you don't need Mary and Jane to cut your avocado in the kitchen.
And then you take a spoon and start scooping and...
This is it. This is so easy and fun. And this is what I love teaching all the kids. So yeah, we have the blender here because we're making a mousse. So of course we need a small blender. I like to use my NutriBlend. It's always available at my house. And like you said, scoop away. It is so easy to cut an avocado.
So you let the kid do that, yeah?
Scooping is so much fun. You can see I'm even using a plastic knife, I mean a plastic spoon. So, you know, let them have fun, you know. Wow, this is a creamy avocado.
Looks yummy.
And that is very easy. Look at that. Scoop it away.
All right, so why do you find it important to incorporate kids in the going-ons in the kitchen, so that it's not just an adult affair?
You know what I've realized is it's basically a life skill. Cooking is a life skill. And if they're always going to be dependent on your caregiver or your maid or your worker, you know, they will never learn how to hack it out themselves. Also, you don't want them to be in a situation whereby even just to make a slice of bread or a sandwich for themselves, it's such a difficult task. So I believe start when they're young. Show them that the kitchen is not a dangerous and a harmful place.
And a no-go zone.
It's a no-go zone. Like, apana here, no, out. I feel that's a very Kenyan culture we have. That I mean, I was brought up in that okay, no, jikoni hebu toka haraka sana. No, I think now in nowadays age and the generation that we live in, they are very inquisitive. They want to learn. Also, cooking can even be a career, can even be a passion.
Yes.
Throughout my journey of selling the cookbook, Safina, let me tell you, I have mothers of boys who've actually invested in this cookbook. And you know, that is fantastic, because now cooking is just not all about a girl or a woman based. It's also equal. It's even a man can help in the kitchen. Even a boy can help in the kitchen, you know. And
we have wonderful chefs who are actually male.
Yeah, the world's best chef is a male, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's also, it inspires them to be very independent. It inspires them about a career journey if they want to take down that road. And I feel cooking is just fun, you know. And if we introduce it the fun way, I believe, you know, things can really change.
So for kids, the trick is make it fun.
Make it fun.
And simple.
Make it fun, make it simple. Let them see how basic it is.
All right.
And then when they want to progress and they want to learn new things, you can always move into the next journey.
So we have scooped our avocado there. So, So we're going to make this smoothie?
Yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to throw in some cocoa powder. So just so that the avocado is not so boring. And this is...
Have you ever tried cocoa and avocado?
Can you imagine?
I mean, like the first time.
Yes. Creativity at your table. Yes.
All right. I've never even thought about it.
You haven't?
Like,
yeah.
It would actually be a
This
thing.
is delicious. So we're just going to throw in like about a quarter cup, depending on how much chocolatey you want to give it a touch. I like mine very chocolatey. You can see that.
You're almost putting all of
being a baker.
So did you start as a chef first, or?
So I wasn't professionally. I was not.
Okay.
I was working in a company. I was supplying medical equipment, and then I had the beautiful children, and that's when, with the allergies, I couldn't go back to work. But then it's you know, I just took it as a positive challenge. And I said, you know what, they can't eat this, they can't eat this. Let's make it.
All right.
And I learned from scratch. So it's a self-taught baker right there. Right. I will sweeten it a bit with honey.
Okay.
I prefer honey compared to sugar. When it comes to desserts. I feel like it's, so we're just going to drizzle.
It's healthier.
It's so healthy. It's so healthy. This is one of the healthiest desserts you can ever make. This is vanilla essence. So it's about a teaspoon. I love the taste of vanilla, cocoa, avocado.
Cocoa, vanilla.
Yeah, that's a dessert. A pinch of salt, just to kill the extra sweetness or tanginess of the cocoa. So just pinch it down there. And yeah, and now we will just put a bit of milk, so it's a bit easier to blend on the Nutri-Blend. So any milk, and if there's any allergies, I prefer using almond milk or oats milk. So this is some almond milk that I've just picked up from home. But any other milk
can work.
I think any other milk can work, yeah. So just about a quarter cup should be good to go. And the fun part, so it's easy for a child to blend, trust me. This is the blender my kids use to make their daily smoothies.
So they make...
Yeah, they just come home from school and they're like, we're hungry, and you know, they open the fridge, they see these fruits, they make a smoothie, and hopefully they'll make this avocado mousse now that they've seen this recipe.
But how did you get them to that level? How did it start? Because we could be having parents who are watching. And they'd like to do this. It's a fun activity, if you ask me, for the weekend, for the holidays. It is. Just to keep the kids busy.
It is. You know, there's nothing like giving...
How do you begin to interest them and to get them to the level where now they can be able to do it themselves without even you supervising?
You know, like I said, the interest does come. It's us parents who drive it away. You know, when they see you in the kitchen, even if you call out, come, help me cut this avocado. Or come, pour cocoa powder. Start simple, I always believe, and that's how you build an interest. You know, let them get messy. It's okay. You know, if it's a simple ingredient, if it's a safe recipe, you will be okay with them getting messy. But if you're now going a bit overboard, like you want to make a pizza, or you want to make a whole chapati, or you want to bake a whole cake, as your first inning, I mean, good luck to you and that child.
So you start with the simple.
Start simple. Start basic. Start very, and they also start to feel like, wow, I can do this.
We can cut.
Yeah, I can cut. I can blend. And even if they're not ready for the blend, you can say, let me help you here. But you'll see automatically they'll want to do it the next time. So I think it's all about starting. So what I'm going to do is, if you feel your avocado is a bit too thick,
you add
more milk. Yeah, just to give it that moussey effect, right? So, again, there's something I always tell my kids. There's no right and wrong. Cook the way you feel comfortable, you know, and cooking also brings in creativity. If you're going to start telling them, it has to be this way.
This is the script.
Yeah, follow this. No, it's not going to work with the generation.
So is your cookbook sort of like a script that you have to follow?
It's not. So it's actually, in fact, there are additional tips. Like if you do not have, for example, this milk, you can also use something else. Yeah. And then it has many other ideas and variations. Yeah. But it's very creative. It makes you think like you said, whoever thought there was something called a chocolate avocado mousse? Well, there you go. Now you know.
Yeah. And there's vanilla in there as well.
Yeah. So there you go. We just whip it up a bit. So I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. We should be able to pour it. So I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of final touch of milk.
Okay.
Because I want to scoop properly. But that already looks like a chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It's avocado. It's so healthy.
Freeze it and,
Yes, of course. Oh. Yeah, because it's mixed up with cocoa. But that's it. So, Safina, the concept of healthy should look delicious, right? And this is one thing that I struggled a lot. Anything that was dairy-free, gluten-free didn't look that wow or delicious. I was like, am I really going to eat that?
People
like
think the healthy stuff are the boring stuff.
The boring stuff.
The boiled ones,
no, it can't be, you know. So I'm just trying to change the. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, delicious.
It's chocolate.
Oh my gosh! Like
avocado,
you probably
chocolate.
can even smell the cocoa right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yum. And yes, like as a mother, instead of giving your child chocolate ice cream, I'm sure this is a good way of introducing them to eat even healthy and make it look very appealing and delicious. So you need a spatula to just scoop your way around, and I'm just going to mix it up. And wow, look at this. Like,
okay.
You know, just as easy as that.
Avocado. If somebody was to come here who just hears, you know, cutting the avocado and stuff, would think that's like chocolate.
This on the table, if you do not even say that it's an avocado, and just say, hey, I've made a new chocolate ice cream. Come and have a look. And I'm telling you, you get away with it.
True.
But yeah, I mean, I love this. Is one of my favorite recipes. I love it so much.
Wow. This is new for the very first time. She's making this. So this is like the latest. You've not made this anywhere else.
Yes, I've just done a giveaway. So Safina, lucky for you.
It's my lucky day, and my viewers, they are kids, of
I
course.
know. So we'll just take that out. Now I always believe in this. Is always make your food very attractive, So this is the fun part. So what we're gonna do is, I'll just come up with a couple of ideas. You can either decorate with nuts, okay, which is what adults love normally. So just sprinkle a bit of nuts, you know. I have some cranberries, I have raisins, I have pumpkin seeds. Let me tell you, this is all available in your nearest supermarket. Cranberries, I never used to see cranberries. I've suddenly started seeing cranberries in the market. So it's fantastic.
So people are increasingly demanding, and the supply is coming.
This is it, So if this is one is for you and one is for the child in me, I'll give you the one with the nuts, and I'll take the one with the decorating sprinkles. Let's make it fun, isn't it? So
wow, look at that. Yeah. So do you like work with kids a lot?
I love it. Like, I love it. I love it so much. But this in itself is a win. Any child will be like, I want that avocado mousse. You know. And I just make it a bit attractive. I love doing this creativity behind your every dessert. Look at that. You know. And this is something like I'm also trying to show you that when you're having guests and you don't know what to make, and this is it. Put your kids in the kitchen and say, guys, let's make something.
You're in charge of the snacks.
Just imagine the aunties and the uncles are coming home and they're like, oh yeah, I made that avocado mousse. That small child
their confidence,
Just look how delicious this looks like, you know.
Wonderful.
Would you like to try?
Yes, I would. So which one was mine?
Let me see which one you are going to pick.
Let me go with this.
Yes.
Interesting.
Go for it.
Yeah. So blending health and fun, and even how it's been displayed. Talk to us about that mix and how it helps kids to really want to be part of this particular process. Because I've seen what you've done. It starts from the choice of the ingredients. They have to be very healthy. The method of how you're preparing, it has to be very easy and relatable. And then even how you present it. You know, you may make something very delicious, but the kids don't want to eat it because of how it looks.
So this is the thing. There's a way of encouraging your kids. How is that first, before I even talk?
I'm enjoying my chocolates.
Can you feel the chocolate?
Yes.
So there's a honey coming, there's a salt
avocado
coming at the back. So it's a variety of different flavors. Mini master chefs in the making.
I like it. Approved.
Approved? Okay,
it should
great.
be in the cookbook. Or it's
maybe the version 2. You never know.
It's there already? No?
No, so we have another amazing avocado recipe in the cookbook. But this is what the feel I wanted to give you is what the cookbook is all about, you know. And when I was starting on the journey of let's make a cookbook, when I was doing my research, this is what I found. Every cookbook was very complex. And we even purchased
It was like for professional chefs.
Yeah.
Or
I
those
was
who want
even
to
gifted
become
children's cookbooks. But again, the sad thing was the ingredients were not available, you know, too many recipes. You know, if you can see how we've done it, like in the cookbook, what we've done is we've done pictorial illustrations of how to make everything. You see?
Okay, okay.
So it's a it's more illustrated, and it's also for ages like maybe say 6 years to about 15 years. So basically, for those who can't even read, they can just watch the pictures and just follow. It's very easy to follow, step by step. So that's what we've tried to encourage. The other thing is, kids are fussy eaters, but once you...
Wow, that was really good.
That was good.
Yeah. I want us to make...
So kids are fussy eaters, and I also realized that if you present something in a very presentable way like this...
it invites them.
It makes them start liking a product. Like, I know so many kids out there who'll be like, I don't like an avocado. But give them a chocolate avocado, and you see the phenomenal change, you see? And again, if you prepare it the healthy way, you've won it. Yeah.
I want to know how that transition from a mother who had kids with allergies, who is now a professional chef and writing even books, you know, about it. But before you give me that story, there was something else you had to make for us. This is done, right?
This is done.
I know we still have time, but okay. We can make something else.
Yes, for sure. Why not?
I mean, I want to squeeze everything out of you.
I can see, Sabina. You see, now you've already built.
Now I know that. Now I want to know something else before you leave.
Yeah. So this is what I love. And this is what I love doing, is I'm attracting you now. That this is easy. Now you are like, show me something else. Show me something more easier. So this is what the speciality of the whole cookbook and the cooking process and the whole idea is. Cooking has to be fun, cooking has to be easy. There's no right and there's no wrong in cooking, okay? Simple ingredients. I'm going to show you something. As a baker, I'm known as, even the logo of my baking page at Bake Me Some Buns has a cinnamon roll on it. And today I've just decided to bring a change into the way I do it as a baker. I now want to do it as a mom chef and a chef for little kids.
All right.
I am going to make a cinnamon roll, but using bread.
Okay.
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 So if you want to make a cinnamon roll, you don't have to start making dough and you know everywhere.
And baking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's so easy.
How that works.
Basic slice of bread, which is available. This is also a perfect snack to have for a child when he's break or when he's really hungry from school. Okay. So it's so easy. We're gonna hold the bread, slice the edges. Okay. Just slice off the edges out of the way, okay, and rolling pin.
Okay.
So it feels like I'm rolling a dough. So you can understand what I've already taught two concepts: cutting, which we cut the avocado, we did the blending. That's a third step. I'm now teaching kids how to roll. So you're also teaching them to master the art of rolling. So now if they're rolling a bread, it's easy, it's fun, and they're like, I can do this.
Plus the choice of the rolling pin.
Next time when we're making a chapati, they'll want to roll that chapati. So you're inviting them, you're exciting them about it. So we just roll it into a flat base. And then any spread, any butter, any chocolate spread. Cinnamon rolls is all about butter, sugar, and cinnamon. So I will just spread. Again, you can see the knife I'm using to spread is so easy. It's not sharp, you know. It's also, it makes them confident as well. Okay. And then I'm going to have my mixture of cinnamon and sugar in a bowl. So that's what you do, because cinnamon roll has cinnamon and sugar. So the butter, cinnamon, sugar. Okay. That's the way it works. So we're going to do 1 spoon of cinnamon and 1 spoon of sugar. I think that's enough for now. And this is the fun part. Close it and you mix it up.
Shake. And you can have fun with the kids in the kitchen as you do this. You can sing, you can dance, whatever it is that
so we're mixing up, it's a mixture.
Wonderful.
And then we are just pouring it in the middle.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. You can smell that as well. It's so smelling already so delicious, right? And now the easy part. We're rolling it up. So tight roll.
Okay.
Okay. And then the part that I love as well is cut it into 3 rolls. 1 and 2. And there you go. You can display your cinnamon rolls. So quick way to make and eat. There you go. See?
Maybe we can transfer them here.
Yeah.
Because you're
So there we go.
Wonderful. There you go. You see that?
Quick and easy. You can
and you can make more of that and display for your guests also, and have your one of your kids brag about it, that I'm the one who made that.
So simple, you see. And this can be a dessert, it can be a snack, it's healthy, bread is available, cinnamon and sugar is in every household. And so is butter, you know. And just the pride. I made a cinnamon roll. You know, I made a cinnamon roll. And the guest will be like, can't be. And that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So maybe what we can do is I'll just make a bit more. So just to show you the step again, you know, in case if you've missed out. Simple.
And you see the choice of the rolling pin?
Yes.
Guys? You see, this is very kids-friendly.
But kids-friendly, but...
For something heavy and long, something that a kid can just handle very easily.
But you know what, Safina, you'll be surprised. I mean, they are so adaptive, you know. So even if you do not have this kid-friendly,
what you have.
Give them the basic mwiko, anything to roll, you know.
They can.
Sometimes I've even taught kids how to just take a simple water bottle and we roll. Like, you know, I've taught in kids camps, and there's probably one I'm going to be doing in one of the children's homes next month, and this is what we're going to teach them. Use things, basic things. You don't need to invest in order to cook. Like, everyone feels that, okay, now we are cooking. Do we have this? Do we have this? Do we have this? No, let's think. What do you have available? Improvise. Use it. Work with it.
All right, so let's finalize on that as you tell me that little story of how now what made you decide that I'm going to go beyond just my 2 kids and reach out to kids out there, how you're doing it, and at what level did you get to the part where you decided, I'm even going to write a book about it?
Yes.
You know?
So I was teaching in a Montessori school where my kids were learning, and everyone had known that Chef Arva was now the eggless baker and baking allergy-free, and so I started deriving recipes, and we used to do fun cooking camps with the kids in the school. And that's how the Chef Arva brand name
Maybe you can help
actually
me just
came about.
That
Yeah, sure.
To see. Yeah, that's what. Forgive me for that messy one. I'm the one who was.
You didn't finish though, so
I will.
You will finish, and I should say even the second one is for you. Don't worry.
Oh my.
Okay. So that's how the Chef Arva name came about, and all the kids who I was teaching recipes to said Chef Arva, Chef Arva, and I think just the interest that my own children even started to build. And that's the idea that I felt that, okay, this needs to be out there. If I'm doing this as a mother, so many other mothers want to probably experience it this way. And that's how the whole idea of the cookbook came about. And yeah, it's something it's a dream. It's a dream come true, and it's beautiful how it's been embraced. And yeah, when we were launching it, it's when we realized we were actually the first ever Kenyan authors to actually make a children's cookbook in Kenya. So
is it last year or this year?
So we did it in 2023.
23.
And 2023 is when we published the book, and that's when the library was like, you're one of the first Kenyan cookbooks, and that was a proud moment.
For you,
and that's
for you
that
as a
there
mother
and
and
then
as a chef.
for all of us, and that's it. That's I think what we needed. We needed our own roots, and like I said, something with our own ingredients and something with simple and basic.
How is it like, how is the reception, parents in Kenya, even wanting to interact with the book, even wanting to interact with cooking with their children? What are your concerns? What are you learning about the culture that you exist in?
Yeah, so like I think one of the first things, I already mentioned it, is that the most books have actually been purchased by mothers with boys. And that to me is just fantastic. I'm like, what is this? This is beautiful, you know, and this is how it's being embraced. Even mothers with boys be like, my child loves to cook. And I think this will be the perfect way to introduce him into the kitchen. So that was the one thing that was really exciting about the whole cookbook, was how boys were interested in it. And I think, like you said, just flipping through the books, you realize that it's more pictorial, it's more illustrated, it's less content, you know, for reading. So again, it's designed, like I always tell everyone, it's the mind of a baker and the heart of a mother that's gone into the making of the book. So every step of the way I've thought as a mother as well, and then the baking touch has been added into it. So it's fully designed just for parents and mothers and kids out there. Yeah.
So all this is self-taught?
Self-taught. Creativity.
Or did you go to school? Like, I've had so many chefs on this show, and they always tell me they've gone to school, they've, you know, studied all those interesting courses and done all those interesting things, worked in very grand hotels and all that. So you must tell me, is it all self-taught?
Self-taught baking. Self-taught baking. I'm just passionate. I've been so passionate about what I do. Of course, I had to master a few areas here and there. Things like gluten-free, dairy-free. Had to do a lot of research. I cannot just say I just woke up one day and decided. So a lot of content was available online, and you know, I've just been researching. I did a few short courses here and there during my free time, you know, while I'm still breastfeeding my children, and I had some free time on my hands. Apart from that, this is it. Use your creativity. I believe children are so creative, you know, and if you can just make them think outside the box, it's fantastic what they're going to come up with. Like cinnamon rolls made out of bread. Come on.
Ooh, I've even thought about that.
But if you want to make it, you can do it, you know. Again, this is the basic way of looking at it. But I was once invited in a kids cooking competition, and I have seen kids whipping 3-course meals in front of us, and we are the judges.
And you're like, what?
I was mesmerized. I was like, this is the capacity of what children can do. So I think it's just an underestimation of they can't, or they're too young. But I believe this is something they're always learning every step of the way. Once their hands are in the place, you'll just see how their mind will start running. So I think it's a fantastic skill to teach them.
All right. Yeah. So the basic don'ts when it comes to kids and cooking and meals. What are the don'ts?
I don't like the don't word, but I think you just have to teach them the basic manners, whereby clean your hands, don't lick, you know, and they will only learn if you make them cook at home. This is something they're not going to learn on their own, you know. So the basic of be careful, don't hold the knife this way, hold the knife this way. These are the areas where I want you to use the don't, not the other way around. Don't cook this. Go away from the kitchen. Please do not use the don't that way.
So the don't applies in the safety. The don't
applies in the safety, the hygiene, like how to prepare something, how to hold something, how to behave in the kitchen. How not to, at the end of the day, just start having an ingredient, fight a game or something like that.
All right. Arva, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for making it very easy for us. I mean, these are things we can try. These are things that you have there.
I think you haven't tried the cinnamon rolls.
Oh, really? Yeah, by the way, that's true.
Basic bread, see how that looks. Yes?
It's cinnamon rolls.
You get the taste of cinnamon, amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you so much once again. We really appreciate your time. You know, working and eating at the same time, but this is the fun part of my job. Thank you so much also for creating time and for joining me this morning. It is Thursday. We were cooking in the kitchen, and of course we do this every week. You suggest what you want us to cook, suggest who you want us to have on board, and we'll be able to do that for you. But for now, it's a wrap. Allow us to enjoy our snacks in peace, and also try it at home and tell us what you think and what you achieved. But for now, bye-bye.